Chocula! Oh, did it rain? Oh, gosh.
This is the story of Chocula, a donkey who went from being a shy and unwanted animal to a full-fledged member of our extraordinary family. When he arrived at our home, we had no idea how much he would change our lives.
Hey, Choc. Hi. Oh.
Chocula came to us almost by accident. His previous owners had simply decided to get rid of some animals that had grown old or were no longer needed. He was scared, distrustful of people, and looked very lonely. I've always tried to help animals, so despite all the doubts, we decided to take him. But to be honest, I didn't fully realize what I was getting into. We've never had a dog, only cats. And now we have a 250-pound donkey.
Hi, dog. Hi, babe.
At first, he kept to himself and studied us suspiciously. But then something amazing happened. Chocula immediately bonded with my husband, Adam. Their bond was special, a deep, meaningful connection. Every time Adam went out into the yard, Chocula would stand in front of him as if guarding him. If I pretended to go get my husband, Chocula would immediately get excited, stamp his hooves, and stand between us as if protecting his man. He would even stand to the side and block my way.
Ouch! Give me the hat. Give me the hat.
But the longer Chocula lived with us, the more I realized how smart and observant donkeys are. He would watch us carefully as we set up the gate, study the latches, and then open it with dexterity. If it rained all day, he would show me how upset he was, and if I was late with dinner, he would let me know, giving me expressive looks, shaking his head, and even quietly snorting to remind me who was the hungriest. Donkeys are herd animals, and I knew Chocula needed a friend. That's how we got Boobery, the little donkey we took in after his mother died.
You can't get me. You can't get me.
They immediately became inseparable. These two little guys spent all their time playing, wrestling, jumping, and taking care of each other. It was so beautiful to watch their friendship. But one thing didn't change. Chocula still believed that Adam was his. If Boobery or the goats got too close, he would shake his head and send them away, because Daddy should be with him. Our family has now become like a herd, a little strange but very close. A lot of people think that herd animals just follow each other mindlessly, but it's really about real connection, trust, and love. Our donkeys have such expressive eyes, such big ears. They seem to understand us better than we understand ourselves. If you can gain a donkey's trust, they will open up a whole world to you.
Goroshok. Goroshok.
This story is about a tiny fawn named Goroshok, who has become not only a part of our family, but also a source of inspiration, joy, and love. When people hear that we have a deer living in our home, they often look at me in bewilderment. A deer? At home? They wonder, thinking I'm joking or out of my mind. But Goroshok lives with us and is as much a part of our family as our children. Goroshok loves spending time with my children. Their friendship is incredible. They play together, run around the yard, and sometimes just sit on the porch and enjoy a warm, sunny day. If I can't find Goroshok, I know he's somewhere near one of my kids. He has been attached to them since day one, and that bond is only getting stronger. Every morning he waits at the door for us to let him in the house, where he immediately rushes over to check on his siblings. We found Goroshok in the woods, and to be honest, None of us knew at the time that he would be with us forever. He was the smallest fawn I had ever seen. He looked so fragile and defenseless. We knew immediately that something was wrong. A mother fawn never abandons her young for no reason, so we assumed she was either dead or had to abandon him. Goroshok was so weak he couldn't even get up to find food on his own. Our hearts broke just looking at him, and we decided we couldn't leave him in the woods. We took him home, not knowing exactly what lay ahead, but knowing that we would fight for his life. We had always lived near the woods, so we had a general understanding of deer. But in the case of Goroshok, we had to dig deeper to learn about his characteristics, diet, and behavior. We bottle-fed him, stroked him, warmed him, and tried to do everything we could to make sure he grew up healthy and strong. My children became his most devoted helpers. They fed him, read him books, and just spent time with him. Goroshok quickly realized that we cared about him and stopped being afraid of us. Every day, he became more confident and curious about the world around him. When he was fully settled in, we decided to introduce him to our other animals. Fortunately, Goroshok turned out to be incredibly friendly and easily made friends with everyone. But of course, we realized that the deer didn't belong in the house. As he got stronger, we started taking him out into the garden. At first, he looked around cautiously, but gradually he got used to it and began to enjoy the walks. He explored every corner of the garden, tasted the grass, and watched the birds with curiosity. We lived near a forest, and at some point we began to wonder, what if Goroshok decided to return to nature? He had grown much larger and seemed ready to live on his own. We decided to give him the choice. If he left, we would know that we had done all we could to prepare him for life in the forest. But every night, he would return to our house and quietly beg inside as if to say, "I'm home."
Goroshok, він скучив.
Goroshok was always incredibly affectionate. I think through his actions, he was telling us, "You are my family and I love you," and we reciprocated. He became a part of our lives, and we can't imagine how we would have lived without him. His kindness, trust, and incredible connection to our family made him special. Everything has changed since Goroshok came into our lives. He has brought light, joy, and a sense of wonder. Every day with him is a new lesson in love, care, and the importance of cherishing the moments life gives us.
Hello, Dara. Dara.
His mother didn't even try to approach him. She turned away and left, as if he didn't exist. And then we realized, now he was our baby. Dara began to consider us his family. My partner and I fed him from a bottle, wrapped him in blankets, and put him to sleep on our laps. He can't tell us apart from other donkeys. For him, all of this has been normal from the very beginning. He goes for walks with us, calls out when he's hungry, and when he gets tired, he falls asleep next to us. We live in a village in a small house with a large garden. Over time, we started taking in donkeys that had been abandoned at our gate. There are many such animals in Ireland. They often end up in shelters, and sometimes they become food for dogs. We simply couldn't stand by and watch this happen.
So süß.
Dara's mother gave birth to him prematurely. We guessed that she might give him up. And that's what happened. It was hard to watch the little donkey remain alone with no chance of survival if we didn't intervene. So we took him home right away.
Ja, tak nie idę do Boży, Thank you.
The first month wasn't easy. We had to feed him every 3 hours, day and night. He cried when he was hungry. It didn't matter if you were asleep or not, you had to get up immediately. He was tiny, weighing about 30 pounds, and now he's almost 130. They grow so fast, you don't have time to blink. We tried to make sure he remained part of the herd and didn't forget who he was. He spent time with other donkeys, but still when he sees us, he asks for a bottle. Although it's long gone. Then I give him my finger and he starts sucking it like a baby. It calms him down.
Come on. Wee, very good.
Donkeys have a gap between their front and back teeth, and my finger fits right in there. The main thing is not to stick it between their teeth. Then it's no longer cute and you can get hurt.
Hello. Wanna come out?
In general, there are many myths about donkeys.
Oh, who's tired? Okay.
People often say that they are stubborn, but that's not true. They're just cautious. They need time to understand whether what you want from them is safe.
Oh, well done.
If you call him, he won't run right away. He will stop, think, and look. And then he will slowly approach. You just have to give him time. Each of our donkeys knows its name, and surprisingly, they remember people for many years. Donkeys have a memory almost like a human's. If you visited us once and then come back 10 years later, he may well recognize you. It's amazing. And that's another thing that makes them special. They don't just survive, they remember who treated them well.
Good for breakfast?
We have about 5 acres of land and we don't farm. The donkeys graze freely. Over time, other rescued animals have joined them. 4 chickens from the forest, parrots, and Toby the snake, who was once thinner than a pencil but is now almost human height.
Thank you.
Dara is trying to find his place among the other donkeys. They have a strict hierarchy. His mother keeps her distance, but now he is not alone. He is with us, and nothing threatens him here. We went through everything together, from bottle feeding every 3 hours to his first steps in the yard. And I know for sure, this bond cannot be accidental. It's forever. If you like this story, like it, write comments, and subscribe to the channel to see more touching stories.
Before bringing an exotic pet into your home, be sure to consult with experts and learn about their specific needs. Proper research is the key to giving them the happy, healthy life they truly deserve.